Today we're going to be going from this to this because I have an event to go to and my makeup needs to eat, my hair needs to eat, my outfit needs to eat, everything needs to eat. And I might look a little crazy right now, but trust the process. Today I'm going to dinner with Jane Iredale at an Italian restaurant in the city, which, by the way, yum, love me some Italian food. So I'm gonna start off with their brightening face primer, and this is one of my favorite primers to get that glowy base. I'm gonna start off with my eyes because I feel like that just makes everything else easy. I'm setting it with a concealer that's a little bit darker because I feel like I want a smoky eye effect, and with a lighter concealer is harder to work with. For my eyeshadow, I'm going to use my all-time favorite palette because if I do a neutral eyeshadow look, this is the palette I'm using. And just look at how stunning it is. I'm going in with the shade Nude over the top of my lid and blending that out with a fluffy brush. And then I'm taking the shade Cocoa and I'm just pressing that in near the lash line. I'm blending that with the same fluffy brush. Now with a really teeny tiny brush, I'm gonna do the same thing but with the shade Truffle. Except with this, the only difference I'm doing is where the eye ends, I'm just adding it and doing a little eyeliner flick. This is just gonna guide me when I put on actual eyeliner. Now with all the colors that I use, I'm gonna put those on my bottom lash line. Now the outline that I did with the brown eyeshadow, I'm gonna go in with my black pencil. Little tip, use a pencil eyeliner, draw a small wing, and then use a brush to kind of smoke it out because that's just gonna give you the best results. I promise, I swear, try it. I always feel so off when I have an eye makeup look and no mascara or lashes, but I am so happy with this. Now I'm gonna put on some mascara. This is another really good one from Too Faced. This is their Better Than Sex mascara, which gives you a lot of volume. Too Faced eye makeup is honestly so good. For my lashes, I'm going in with these random Amazon ones I have that just happen to be my favorite lashes. And although these fit my eye, I'm still gonna cut it a little bit. I'm gonna cut the end of it and then stick that little piece that I cut onto the end of the lash just to give it that little bit of more volume at the end. A good lash will make or break your eye makeup, I swear. Okay, honestly, I'm very happy with this. Once we add that bottom lash liner, it's gonna come together very nicely. So now let's move on to the skin because we're primed, we did our skincare, we're ready to go. Recently, I have been using the Yves Saint Laurent, this is their All Hours foundation. Love it. I mixed this with my Armani Fluid Sheer Glow Enhancer. I got this literal paintbrush foundation brush from It Cosmetics. I love applying my foundation with this because it's so satisfying. I feel like my skin is a tad bit on the drier side, so I'm gonna go in with my Jane Iredale hydration spray and push all that foundation into my skin. I'm gonna conceal everything with my Armani concealer. This is super lightweight, which I love because I don't really like a heavy under eye. Now this is probably one of my favorite ways to bronze contour. I love to grab my bronzer, put it on the back of my hand, warming it up, and then grabbing a brush, and only then do I apply it to my face. This is the perfect way to get that natural bronzy finish without it looking too harsh. For my blush, I think I have the prettiest shade here. This is the Armani blush in the shade 62. And I'm gonna follow the same thing. I'm gonna apply it to the back of my hand. And I don't know if I should or if I shouldn't, but I'm gonna go in with the same brush just because I want to blend them in together, you know. My arm by the end of this is gonna look crazy. And I'm applying a little bit at a time because I don't want it to be harsh. But I mean, look at that. That is gorgeous. The blush and the bronzer combination is stunning. I'm gonna use my pink powder to set my under eyes now. This one is from One Size Beauty, probably one of my favorites. I grab this on a little sponge and just rub that into my arm before applying it to my skin because I don't want it to be too heavy. I need the product to be dispersed. And with a light hand, I just tap it in. I do not want my under eye to look pink per se, which is why I use a tiny bit of product. Obviously, the more condensed it is, the pinker it will look. But I feel like with the right amount, it does not give that extreme pink under eye, but instead like a nice pink tint, which is cute, okay? That's why I do it. And just look at that difference. Now for the rest of my face, I'm gonna go in with this mineral powder from Jane Iredale just to give me that in real life filter effect. And I'm setting my cheeks with the Jane Iredale Peaches and Cream Blush Bronzer combo. Now that I'm done powdering everything, I'm gonna apply my bottom lash mascara. I will always do my bottom lashes. It makes such a big difference. We're so close to finishing this look. It's time for the lip combo because my eyes are like a little bit, you know, out there. I'm gonna keep my lips nice and simple. I'm going in with the Wonder Skin lip liner in the shade Saddle. This is the perfect nude lip liner in my opinion. And I'm not gonna be adding any lipstick. I'm just gonna go in with my Yves Saint Laurent little candy lip glaze. This is in the shade 02. And to set this, we need a very strong setting spray. And this mattifying one from One Size is the girl. This is quite literally the best setting spray I've ever tried. Like, your makeup will not budge. It is a little hard getting used to when spraying it on, but we have to make sacrifices, don't we? My trick is to not breathe until it kind of evaporates. Then I can take a breath. And that is it for my makeup look, but not the rest of me. I will be right back. And I'm done. I'm ready. The hair is out. Outfit's on. Makeup good. We are ready to go. I am a little bit in a rush, so I definitely need to go. But this is the final look. I am so obsessed with this. I feel like the hair and makeup work so perfectly. And then my dress. I don't know. I love this look. But let me know what you guys think. I love you. Bye.